Okay, so today we're going to talk about the the panel sander. Some people call it the drum sander. This is technically called a panel sander. And so what this does, okay, this is going to sand large panels. It is not meant to sand narrow individual boards. Trying to sand narrow boards on this will just create hot spots on the abrasive roll, which can lead to clogging and replacement of the abrasive, which is very expensive. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to roll you around here to the outfeed side, okay? And I'm going to bring you right up here so you can see inside the lid. You always want the lid closed when you're running this, okay? So this right here, okay, this is our abrasive stuck down to this drum, has a hook and loop type system. This is 80 grit. 80 grit abrasive is meant for basically, you know, just your initial straightening of a panel, okay? So this right here, dig it out of the trash. This is the abrasive that I just replaced, okay? This is also an 80 grit, okay? And you can see here, basically over time, it's gotten clogged up. This partially could be from some misunderstanding, some misuse, okay? But also, you know, the abrasive itself has just kind of lost its sharp edge, and that also can lead to clogging of the abrasives, okay? Now, most of the problems that students have with this is caused by just not fully understanding how this thing works. So we want to be sure we know what we're doing here before we use it. I'm going to bring you back over here, okay? And now we're looking at the infeed side, okay? And so down here, we've got our controlled feed. This controls the speed of the feed control, okay? This conveyor. And then right here, this turns on the actual abrasive, okay? So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna sand a panel that's already been this is working great. Okay, I'm going to sand a panel that's already been planed, which also, you know, a planed panel leaves a lot of work to be done. Okay, let me get that set back up there so you don't. Okay, so what I've already done is I've set this to the correct thickness of this existing panel. Okay, so I'm going to start at this height. Okay, now, unlike the planer, well, like the planer, it's got this elevation adjustment here. You can see it says up and down, same direction as the planer. The thing that's different is, you know, on a planer, we might make a turn, we might make like a half turn to 1.5 turns of adjustment between passes. This machine, you have to do much less work at a time. It's an abrasive, not a cutting edge, okay? And our maximum adjustment is going to be 1/8 of a turn. That's the most adjustment you want to make between passes is 1/8 of a turn. Okay, and we're turning that clockwise. We're raising the conveyor up. We're making it thinner. Okay, I would suggest if you have several panels to sand in your project, that you send them all through at one setting, and then you adjust it, and then you send them all through at another setting. Okay, and so sand them all at once instead of just sanding one panel to your desired thickness and then starting over on the next panel. Okay, so here we go. Usually, always, you would have dust collection running on this. I tried recording this video with dust collection running and no one could hear me. So shut the dust collection off, and so you might see a little bit of dust piling up. But it is crucial that we run the dust collection when we're running the panel sander. I would also suggest that you always want to have an assistant helping you when you use the panel sander. If you don't, you'll see me feeding it in here, going around the machine to get it. With an assistant, you can stay here by the controls and stay in case anything goes wrong, you can shut it off. If anything doesn't seem right, you always just shut the machine down, okay? And you've got an assistant out there that can catch the board, so you can concentrate here at the controls, okay? Here we go. So I'm going to turn on the feed control. I'm going to set it at a moderate speed. I'm not going full speed. Okay. One of the most common mistakes I see students make is they have this adjusted too thin and they're trying to send it through too fast, and boom, right off the bat, they just burn the belt, and that is expensive. Okay. So what I've done to set this, I sent a board through with this set too high. Okay. And then the board's being fed through, I crank it down until it just starts to sand the board. That's where I want to start. Okay. So I'm going to send it through at this setting. Okay. Feed it in. The conveyor will grab the board. There's no reason for you to ever get your fingers, between the board and the conveyor, or get your fingers too close to the opening. You just feed it in, let the machine do the work. Now I'm going to make a slight adjustment. Okay. That was less than 1/8 of an inch. And what I'm doing, I'm little burn mark here from the planer. There's a few spots of glue. We're just trying to get these out. Some pencil marks. Okay. And what you're going to end up with here is nice, smooth, straight, flat panel.